They're saying, good job, everybody, because they stood up, because they're saying it before me. They said everything before me. So by the end of it, I was being trapped the whole damn time. And they're gonna laugh at it because they don't want nobody to agree with me. They don't want nobody to react to me. They don't want nobody to show me love without them being there. Because as soon as I get to somebody first and inform them first, they're gonna feel some type of way about it. But this has been happening so long that they're not even gonna feel affected by it. As I said about the elements, magical power, I'm gonna use this video for that. There are elements all around us, and when you know there's elements all around us, this is me saying it with my mouth now instead of my Twitter page. And even before, there were people saying he don't even sound like that. Like, that's not even him. He don't sound like that. That's my intuition. My third ear picking up on that with the ones that actually stood up for me. And a few people lost their lives in the process. And let's hope if they're still here, then there is someone with the power to revive them. But I have to know I know for sure. It's just that it's happening behind my back, and you know it too. That's why they're crying. But anyway, there are elements all around us. Elements, and I said it in the previous video. Fire, water, element. Lightness, darkness, they're elements. There are elements in rock, elements in metal, elements in the wind, and elements in the tree. There's elements in everything, AKA also known as characteristics, right? There are characteristics in outer space as well. I said on my Twitter page that if you think of the planets as molecules, then you're going to think of incompatibility amongst the planets, right? That's why they're parted. That's why they're separated. Separated countries are separated. We're the elements are within us separated. The characteristics separated. We're all separated. Separation. There's separation with all things. Now, I used to study the law of attraction. I used to study, how to manifest things with my mind and my emotions and prayer and belief, and it actually occurred. But they also used that against me. They also flipped that against me. The law of attraction reversed. The law of your thought reversed. The law of manifestation reversed, basically. They put their minds to that so they can reverse that manifestation within my life. That's what's causing the manifestation. That's one cause of the manifestation within me. There's some form of pressure inside of me that is actually keeping things from manifesting. Outside of my spiritual experiences and me actually being possessed to do certain things, and it's not evil in general because I'm still sitting here talking. But I was possessed. I had spiritual events in the past, and you might say to yourself, I don't even want to talk to him now because he's talking spiritually now. He's talking spiritually. I don't even want to look at him now. I mean, that sounds too evil. I don't want to be anywhere near that. There's nothing evil in general. I don't want to be nothing. I don't want to be near him now. As soon as he said it, you was trapped by something by the time I said it, due to the fact that I'm a Sagittarius and due to the fact that I was trapped the whole time, but they blame us for saying things at the last minute. And they've said that to you once. And you can't disagree with that. I'm saying it now. Elements all around us is harmonized. Everything is harmonized universally. Earth is needed within a solar system. Everything is harmonized. Everything is incompatible. Things are incompatible. Things are compatible. Fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, compatible. We're flames, fire signs. But when we're closer, we're more in agreement. When we're closer, we're more in agreement. When we're closer, we're more in agreement. So you have to take it into consideration. If there's a flame going against me right now, then we're not close enough. We're not close enough. There were flames throughout the history of mankind ever since the beginning of time, which is the characteristic. Flames everywhere in all species. I mean, you can look at a Sagittarius dog, an Aquarius cat, a Capricorn horse, or a Gemini bird. You know what I mean? It's the time of your birth. That's within all species at the same time. That's that element within you. You click. That element, that characteristic, you just get along better. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be closer. It's like you have that flame inside of you. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it due to the fact that I'm talking really quickly. But at the same time, it's actually the truth, and it actually exists in other realms. If there were an animal if there was an animal, or if there was a certain species on Earth due to your time of birth, like if you were born on my date, December 10th, you're a Sagittarius. Or if you were born on a separate day, or another date makes you an Aries, or another date makes you a Capricorn, you're an earth sign, fire sign, wind sign. You can look at Virgo, a wind element. Look at the wind as indication. I said that on my Twitter page. Now I'm talking spiritually right now, spiritually and scientifically and magically at the same time. But at the same time, at certain times, people are actually saying it before me, and they're actually mocking me, and they're actually mocking the people that I'm coming across due to the fact that they don't want me to find love in general, due to a minor mistake. And I say what was that mistake? What was the mistake? That's them saying that. You see that intuition that just clicked? That is them saying it. The ones that are actually watching me right now in private. What was the mistake? Well, I'm not going to necessarily tell you the mistake until you get closer to me. That's their strategy, to keep things a secret, right? To have things under the rug. So I'm going to do the same thing that they're. I'm not going to tell you the mistake, but it was a minor mistake, and it had something to do with relationships, stuff like that. But it wasn't that big. So if you heard anything about me, even something bad about me in a relationship, then it's them acting along with it. There were people that were hired at the same time to manipulate, to act like they were actually in a relationship with me. And it's due to the fact that I'm actually talking about it that's making me look worse. No, it shouldn't make me look worse. It shouldn't make me look worse, but they were informed before me. They were tried before me. And what they saying RIP because they made up a storyline. They haven't came from me yet. But it's all hidden behind my back, which lets you know what type of people that they are initially. Every time I talk about it, every time that's that nervous reaction, every time I talk about it, every time I indicate the truth, what they say, oh my God, he would not stop talking about it. Oh my God, they should make a song about that, gospel song. He would not stop talking about it. As soon as he start talking about Jesus, oh my God, he should stop talking about it. Oh my God, he talk about, oh my God, he just stop talking about it. That's taking his name in vain, is that not? Saying, oh my God, didn't they say that once before? Using his name in vain. Stop saying, oh my God. Yeah, but you going to church at the same time? That don't make no sense. Actually, they make a whole lot of sense. You're taking his name in vain, and you're doing other things that you're not being blamed for necessarily, but you're making mistakes on purpose. Yes, they're doing it on purpose, and yes, they don't want me to have that ability to be above them. Actually, that's what they're trying to require everyone that they can, everyone that I'm coming across. They're predicting your thoughts, emotions, everything like that. And it could be coming from a Pisces, which makes us incompatible. We're incompatible with Pisces. They're saying good job because they feel like that they haven't nailed it yet. They haven't nailed that secret because they're trying to put me through an ultimate test of perfection. So due to the fact that they're hiding it, it could be something this damn small. That's the only reason I didn't say anything. Like he's saying all of this, but that's the only reason that's the only reason I didn't say anything. That's intuition right there. They just said that. They said that. That's the only reason. That was the only reason I didn't say anything. That was the only reason. That's a lie in itself, because if I'm explaining myself during the fact that I went through it the whole time, more than 3 years, more than 5, more than 4 years, I went through it the whole time, but they saying that's the only reason. That's for every new person that I've came across. That's the only reason I didn't say anything. But he's saying all of this. That's the only reason. You don't want to listen to anything else that I have to say, due to the fact that it came from the same people that didn't support me about anything productive that I've done throughout the course of my whole life. Basketball, music production, graphic design, typing skills, customer service, clerical data entry, a resume. They didn't necessarily support that. So they're gonna program you to not support anything other than the fact that you didn't say anything due to one small thing. That's the only reason I didn't say anything. You don't have to say all of that. That's your intuition, right? That's intuition. What would I say in that situation if I was going against myself? That's how you build your intuition up. That's how you build intuition. Intuition. Your emotion are elemental. Your thoughts are elemental. Time itself is a characteristic. You have to understand that you can actually read yourself and read someone else. You can read yourself and read your enemy. They said you are your own worst enemy. Read yourself and you can read everybody else. But if you see them trying to hurt me in certain ways that I haven't even explained yet, due to some type of pressurizing thing that is really inside of me, I feel like Iron Man in real life, because those spiritual events really happen. So it's like some type of power. That power was bestowed upon me, but I can feel it within me. At the same time, they're using their quantum physics, then their manipulative strategies on the inside of me emotionally. Like they know what they're doing. Humans, the people that were jealous to begin with, the people that didn't want me to succeed in life. It's really there. But at the same time, God's seen it. God's seen that. So he said, let me step in. God intervened, bestowed power on me, and allowed upon time, and allowed those spiritual events to actually occur. But they're watching me in secret right now because they have me trapped by something. Oh my God, he won't stop talking about it. That's the only reason right there. That was the only reason that I didn't really, then it gives you that shocking response. But you have to look at the flip side of it. The flip side of that shocking response. It came from California. They say we're going to implement this strategy along with that, which is what? That nervous reaction. You see that? You see that flinch? Like, you see that flinch? As soon as he flinch, you see that flinch? You see that reaction? You see that flinch? That's them integrating that with their game. They're running game verbally on you to try to manipulate you to go against me. And not only that, those women were actually acting during the whole process too. You know how you expect somebody to do something in return, like it's not right. Why don't you stand up for them? They stood up, but that was to confuse you due to the fact that he wasn't really standing up for me. Like giving everybody else the finger, like, okay, since you gave him the finger behind his back, and they just found out the truth, we're gonna act along the way and give them the finger. Like that wasn't right. But you have to know the flip side of it. The flip side of it. Look at the flip side. Look at the opposites. Look at the opposites. Look at the flip side of it. I'm gonna give you a finger. That wasn't right. Flick them off. Yeah, that wasn't right. But they were playing on me the whole time, and they're still doing it today. You understand that? As soon as I opened my mouth, that was the only reason. You don't have to say all that. If that came from someone, which it did, and that's me using my intuition, which I'm trying to tell you, practice your intuition. Practice reading yourself. You are your own worst enemies, but at the same time, it's a flip side of that. The flip side of you being your own worst enemy. What's that? What's the opposite of you being your own worst enemy? Everyone else being your own worst enemy. You live in your own path, your own world. And you have to take these things into consideration. You're not just going against yourself. You're not stupid. It's your mind. It's a spiritual entity trying to communicate with your third eye chakra, which is your pineal gland. It's everything else that's trying to communicate with your emotions and everything. But at the same time, it's a flip side to that. There's a flip side to that. They could be acting in secret. Now, due to the fact that I shared the fact that I had the skill to actually see you in private with my third eye, what do you think they're going to do if they're opposing me? They're going to act in secret. And then what they're going to do? It's a setup. Try to set your third eye chakra up. They said that before me as well. Third ear chakra, they said that before me. They can't be messing with his mind like that. Now, the ones that were standing up with me initially said that wholeheartedly. You can't be doing that because they didn't know what was going on ultimately. They can't be doing that to him. They can't be playing with him like that. They can't be doing that, man. They can't be. Look at the flip side of that. The ones that were actually aware of the whole thing the whole time. You can't be doing that. The spiritual events with me actually being possessed to fight Kim Jong-un and his army. I seen the bodies flying everywhere. I fought Kim Jong-un. I seen Kim Jong-un hit the wall, turn him into a clone, discombobulated the missiles. You haven't seen that army walk past those missiles since last year. You haven't seen the Russian warships since last year. You haven't seen them flex or anything. It was a secretive war that only I know the truth of. They cannot take my life, or it's going to be an ultimate war globally, a real one. But there's also a clone of me. And I seen that clone with my third eye chakra. His face was covered up just like this, but I seen the clone. It was looking evil, and they created an evil clone of me out of pure magic and power. They don't want you to believe that, and they know that too. I'm the only black man standing forward about that, due to the fact that I was raised in a house in Hartwell, in Cincinnati, which is where I'm located right now. That was actually under some kind of poltergeist, due to the fact of their misfortunes. Now, time is running out. I have more spiritual events coming soon, and it's the truth. But take that into consideration. You have to know who's standing with me and standing against me. Follow your intuition. Listen to this video. You're upon my time now. It's perfect timing. You see the timing of my finger, my hand gestures, the way I'm moving my head and everything. This is all time right here. And your thoughts, words, it's all coming together now. But don't be manipulated by people if they're actually